to take a couple minutes to go over just a couple of things for you for April. This is our Know Your Numbers campaign that we're doing here during the month of April at Cornerstone Chiropractic. And the numbers we want you to know are the lab tests that you can do to be preventative, to improve your wellness, to prevent your risk of chronic disease. And these are sometimes a little bit different than some of the labs that you are normally running where you're looking for problems and that sort of a thing. We're looking to be more preventative here. You can obviously use them, like I said, to prevent future chronic disease or if you're starting to have more mild symptoms, but they're really, really great tests. And this is what we want folks to know about, is there are things that you can do early on to help you have a lesser risk of developing some of these different things like heart disease, cancer, mental health, whatever it might be. And you can do those things now for yourself. You can do them for your kids. And the great part is you can do them really easily and really cost effectively. And that's a huge thing to take away those barriers of time and money and that sort of a thing. So the 3 tests that we are encouraging people to do are the omega-6 3 panel. And that looks at the levels of the different fatty acids in your blood and gives you a ratio called the omega-6 3 ratio. And this is a big deal. This is very indicative of your health. There's actually a really big analysis that was done in the last few years that has said that this is a more reliable marker for a lot of diseases than a cholesterol panel. And so a lot of folks still don't know about it. It's very important information, and we highly recommend taking a look at those numbers. The second is vitamin D, which is a little bit more common in our lingo. We've heard doctors and patients talking about vitamin D tests for the last few years. They're not always run unless you bring them up, so it is important to take a look at those and ask about them. And it's also something that if you live here where I live in Minnesota, that the seasons are different, and vitamin D is made from the sunshine primarily, so you may need to test this actually twice a year, not just at your annual physical, to get a better idea of how your body is doing with producing this particular hormone. So that's the second one. Third is fasting insulin, and fasting insulin is a really great marker to look at how those hormone levels are functioning in response to your food. They also respond to your circadian rhythms, which a lot of people don't know. So getting the proper light and sleep patterns are huge for these different hormone markers. So these are the 3 tests that Dr. Sam and I have put together as being your Know Your Numbers wellness prevention numbers, and we think that they're really important. Like I said, they are easy and cost effective to test for. So we have these kits right here, and what they are is a little small lancet where you do a finger prick. You'd put a drop of blood on a card, and it's called a dried blood spot. You let that little drop dry out, send it to the lab, they analyze it and send us the results. So it's really, really easy. You don't have to do a full blood draw for these particular tests. Now, not all tests can be done through a dried blood spot. Only certain ones where they have the technology to be able to do that, or whether that particular thing that they're analyzing can be preserved in a dried blood spot. So these things all happen to be ones that can be analyzed that way. So it makes it really easy. You can take the kits home, you can do a finger prick, put the drop on the card, let it dry out, send it in, no problem, it's all taken care of. Now, the other great thing is that all 3 of these tests can be done each for under $100. And so we know that labs can get really, really expensive, sometimes going upward. That is very important to keep costs down. And for the month of April, we are also doing like a bundle. So if you do all 3 tests, we are going to do a bundle price for that. And that's going to save you a lot of money as well. So if this is something that you want to learn more about and taking a little bit of a preventative lead on your health, I would encourage you to stop into our office, give us a call.